It's been 12 weeks since we bought our little farm cottage here in Ireland. Although over the years modern building methods had changed its traditional appearance, it was still very much in its traditional layout. 3 simple rooms with the kitchen in the middle, and somewhere under all that plasterboard and cement was the original fireplace. After weeks of careful demolition, we were doing our very best to find a way to restore what was once the heart of this house. But with the wall crumbling away and it caked in so much soot and creosote, it became clear that we'd never be able to safely light a fire in here again. With professional help, some serious muscle and Betsy, we removed the wall and its giant stones and began to open up the space. This week, major demolition continues as we persist to open it right up, and we take this little cottage right back to its very old stone bones.
Oh wow!
With the builders gone, we are now very much on our own. I suppose we should start by giving you a bit of a catch-up because we have been busy, us, Desi, Red, the builders, we've made a bit of a mess. Before leaving us, Desi very kindly helped me make a start on dropping the ceiling. If I'm honest, this was a task I'd been very much dreading. Red was busy up on the roof fixing the great hole he'd made the week before, which will be handy here in Ireland because, well, it rains a lot.
Our house has transformed absolutely massively, but we'll show you all that in a minute. But first, we've got to get rid of all of this crap.
Yes, Skip's on its way, so music on, let's go. Emily's just discovered one of life's top tips, isn't you?
Don't burp in your mask.
Over me the whole time. I've got nothing to use. Just you going, whoa! I'm a filth monkey. Oh, you want to do some cutting?
Look what happened last time.
Yeah, but we'll just try again. You don't need to lock it every time. We all know it's on.
Safety, Louise. I feel safer using a gun than I do a tool. Look, seriously, don't. This is what I mean. You wouldn't be allowed a gun, you wouldn't.
Is that why you put the safety on every time? Did you think it's a gun?
Genuinely, Louise, you're like.
there's no doubt that this is by far the worst part of this whole thing, isn't it?
Who's moaning now?
I'm not moaning, I'm just trying to give, for those people that are thinking of doing a restoration project, renovation project, the strip out and the clear out and the dust is the worst bit. So we are probably not all that talkative today because we are in go mode. Just get it done, don't we?
Get it done, and actually, this is a part that I kind of like because it's like the clear up part, and then you can then at the end of it go, oh wow, look at this. But to be fair, I generally just stand there and watch Louise cut stuff. Or pull stuff.
You're very good at clean up crew, but as you can see, we've got an awful lot still to do. So the ceiling is only down on this side. We've still got to get all that ceiling down. We've got to get the kitchen out. We've got to get all the plasterboard out, and then behind the plasterboard is, of course, the cement plaster that needs to come down. So
don't reel it off because then it does sound a lot.
It is a lot. So we're just going to crack on and see how much we can get in that skip today, and then hopefully be able to get an exchange, and then just plough through and then show you how our house might look, how we envisage this house is going to look.
Yeah, and you know what? Every time, like when we pull something down and I get to see more stones, I get really excited.
Yeah, some of the stonework on this side of the building is looking quite nice. So we've tackled, to be honest, we've got the builders in, who were brilliant, by the way. If you're looking for a contractor in the sort of northwest-ish of Ireland, then yeah, Desi and Red, I'll put all their links below. I don't think he's got many, but I'll put whatever links I can below. Oh, you can follow him on TikTok. I'll put the little TikTok thing in. He's just started his TikTok, so do go over and say hello from us to Desi on TikTok. But yeah, they've just been brilliant to smash all this out with us.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Absolutely lovely, funny blokes as well.
The banter was real. I had to cut most of it out because it wasn't suitable for YouTube on both of our halves, especially mine probably. But they've been cracking, and the Irish spirit is strong, so he's left me a couple of scaffold boards and stuff, and he's going to drop me up a few bits and pieces that he's going to lend me, so that is the Irish heart, isn't it?
It really is. It just goes to show, yeah, just more reasons of why we're here. Put your safety stuff back on, Louise.
I will do, Emily.
See? This is why.
Okay, so this end of the house is now looking a lot tidier. It's been a slog, but we are getting there. Emily's just gone off to get some more reciprocating saw blades because apparently when something's this bent, you shouldn't use it. I don't know, I can't comment. That's what I've been told. But anyway, yeah, so she's gone off to get some more saw blades. I'm going to crack on with getting the plaster off now. We might as well do one end at a time, get this end done before we come up to do this end. There's a huge crack in the corner which I think might prove an issue. Here we go then, the wonky wall, the gift that keeps on giving. As you can see, there is a huge crack coming down there. Now that's obviously because this wall has gone like that. Now this end is nowhere near as bad as it was this end, which has now all been rectified. I will of course go through all this, we'll open this up, show you the light that brings in, explain what's been done, show you the doorway through into the snug because that's all complete. But we just want to get the space fully open so you can see what we've got. So I'm going to crack on with this. I'm going to start at this end, the far end, and then slowly chisel my way across to that end and hope that there's no movement. Now I think it's going to be okay, but once we get to that corner we'll reassess and go from there. It's coming off really ill. It's been coming off really easy until I get to the problem corner where it's jammed right on. So I'm probably just going to clear up, give myself a bit more room, and then wait till Emily gets back. I really don't think that corner's going to go anywhere, but just in case, it'd be nice to have somebody else here. So I'll get all this out. But let me show you something Pretty cool. There is evidence, clear evidence, that this was a fireplace. So that's obviously the big lintel stone across, and then there would have been a fireplace there. So what's interesting is there's a hole, just that little hole there, that goes through to the fireplace on the other side. Now I'll show you again when we do the walkthrough, when we're finished in here, but most of you remember there's a precariously balanced fireplace on the other side, and they obviously linked up and went through the same chimney at some point. No evidence of the chimney though. So that's quite interesting to find that there, and whether we can do anything with it, or we just, I don't know, point it in and keep it as a, because Emily wants to try and keep this as a feature wall, and I think she can. The stonework, it doesn't look it right now because of all the earth mortar and the dust and the dirt, but once it's cleaned up, I think it'll come out all right, you know? Oh, hey! Flipping Nora. It's the first ever in 20 years Makita tool that's ever broken down on me. Shocking. I might have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I bought her a hard hat because her sense of safety is not very good actually, so I have to be the safety inspector as well as the foreman, but let's see how she's getting on. Oh wow!
Right.
Yeah! Have they seen it? Wow! Have they seen it? The hard hats break!
Not that easy.
Just as well really. Let's have a look, let me show you. It looks good. There must have been a... Look how good that looks. I told you that was going to be a good wall, Louise.
Yeah, was you just about to say there must have been a fireplace?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was. Well, I'm pretty sure there was. Now, so that's the good news.
What? Oh, no more.
Is you've got a lovely, lovely wall. Don't worry, it's not a structural bad news. But I do need you to go back to the hardware store.
Are you for real? I've literally just gone.
I know, to return this and see if they'll change it. Not yet, it's still hot. The motor's burnt out.
Already?
I've been working that hard. I've outworked the machine.
Wow, Louise, this is... And you got rid of all the stuff as well. You've been clean-up crew.
Do you know what? It came off pretty easy, to be fair, until I got to the corner, which is obviously the bit I'm most worried about doing, but...
Ah, yes.
So,
That's the structural bit, isn't it?
yeah, but I think we're going to be okay. I'll get that bit off. I'll probably end up... Well, I don't know. I'll see what that comes off like. We'll worry about that when we get there. Are you happy, though?
I'm extremely happy. It looks so nice, doesn't it? All I've wanted is just a nice stone wall, and every time we've chipped away at something, there's not been a nice stone wall until, ta-da! Look at this!
Also, it's the most perfect wall to have as a feature wall because it's not an external wall, so it's not going to be battered by the weather, it's not going to be as cold, and it's not going to suffer with damp as much. So, yeah, it's a good wall to have as our exposed. Or we might lime wash it because these walls were never meant to be feature walls. They should have something on them because of the dust. So we'll make a decision once we've cleaned it up. It's all earth mortar. There's hardly any lime in there at all. That is all earth clay mortar.
That means it's old, right?
Yeah, and that plaster up there. So the plaster I've just taken off was maybe cement mixed with lime. I'm not sure, but definitely not complete lime. That up there is clay plaster from the ground. That little bit that's left on, yeah, I don't know, can you guys see? Yeah, this bit here. Yeah, I'll get a bit for you, hold that. I don't know if these are illegal in Ireland, but they're not legal in England anymore. Get my unhealth and safety approved ladders.
Honestly. Oh, wow.
There you go. Can you see it? So that's it's just clay. It's just, I don't think there's any lime. There might be a tiny bit of lime content, I don't know, but it is just clay and earth from the ground. So that's what they used to use to not only as their mortar in between the joints, but also to plaster their walls. And apparently it is an excellent insulator. So Like I said, I think in a previous video, we're going to leave as much as we can in and then lime point over the top and then lime plaster over the top. And there you go, you can keep that a bit.
Oh, thanks. Genuinely, right? All I can think of is, whoa.
You're still burping on me, stop it.
I can't help it.
It's embarrassing, you're embarrassing me in front of the world.
In front of the world? Cool, you're reaching.
Who's reaching?
Oh my God.
That's not going in.
Oh, look at them frills. That has to go in. You put bad stuff on me all of the time. So, it looks like, right, I'm not going to lie to you, Louise, looks like there's going to be big gaps in here.
Yeah, there will be.
Because it looks like it's quite big thing, do you know what I mean? That the bricks aren't the stone. So
yeah, there are some massive gaps. So when we rake all this out, we've got an awful lot of stone outside that we can use to fill in.
We have indeed.
We can fill in some of the bigger gaps and then point around it.
It's just awesome, isn't it? And then the itty bitty fireplace, look.
It's family sized.
It's hobbit size, look. Imagine me being around here.
Stop it. Get off me. People of the internet don't need to see all this. This has gone on for 2 weeks now.
It's Makita, it's meant to be a what, no?
Yeah, so I said it's the first ever Makita tool that's given up the ghost on me, ever.
Are you sure you know how to use it?
F off. Right, I reckon that'll do. Dinner, bed, go again tomorrow.
Yay! Can't tell you what, all this manual work makes me hungry.
When we aren't pulling our house apart, you can normally find us here in our camper van. Lately, recovering from all this manual work and stocking up on snacks, but more often than not, we are travelling.
We've been using NordVPN to keep ourselves safe online for years now. It's always a worry when hooking up to public Wi-Fi in places like cafes, on boats, in hotels, etc., as these pesky internet scammers only seem to be increasing in number.
By masking our IP address, we can pretend to be wherever we like, meaning we are far safer online. NordVPN is incredibly easy to use and it takes just seconds. You can have it up to 6 devices, meaning all of our phones, laptops and our tablet are all protected, even if we are both using it in different places. We use it here at the cottage all the time too, so tonight we're using it to watch a movie on Netflix from another country, but more importantly for me this summer, I can keep up with all the sports. With our latest discount, you can get the 2-year plan for less than like a coffee each month, so that's ridiculous, and this is still the only place you can get the additional 4 months on top.
It's also risk-free with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee.
That is very true. It is risk-free with their 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, we're going to watch a movie and then we'll see you lot tomorrow when we've got the very unpleasant job of dropping our spider-infested ceiling. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, can't wait.
It's going to be a good one. Another day, another demolition. Good morning folks, and today we are taking down the kitchen. So slightly less dustier, but probably a bit more awkward than what we've been doing so far. Emily got up really early, emptied it all out. She's now working for the morning, so it's just me, I'm afraid. So we're just gonna smash through this and get it out. And then I've got somewhere where I'm hoping that I can get it. Flipping mask. Woo. Okay, that was tougher than it looks, but it is out. Getting around all the plumbing and the services in was a bit of a nightmare, but it's out now. The sink is just precariously balanced down here next to the washing machine. What I'm going to do is build a temporary frame to support the sink so that I can keep the plumbing active, one for water, but also I want to keep that washing machine in service because, believe me, there are dirty clothes every single day. The rest of it is all piled up over here, and I'm going to move that now into one of the sheds. Now you guys don't see this shed much on the channel, but it's one of my favourite, in fact probably my favourite building on the whole property. It's just so quaint. It's completely derelict, like the walls are knackered, the roof's knackered. When I say the house isn't, but this is slightly worse than the house. But this is going to become a temporary workshop, so I started to acquire some plastering and pointing gear down here, so very excited to be getting a hawk and trowel out and give myself a go at plastering. But yeah, the kitchen will be like a temporary worktop and, you know, thing where I can put stuff until we get a bit more organised.
I know a place where we can go be alone. So come away with me, nobody has to know. Where we gonna go?
Looking good, no leaks, we'll take that. I thought I'd save you all the trouble of watching me. I'm sure you've seen enough now of me chopping up wood and screwing it together over the past month or two. So there we go, then the sink has got its little stand. It's just going to be handy having running water in here whilst we're working. And then obviously the washing machine can still run, because boy, do we need it. So I haven't earthed it. Someone's going to see it, so I might as well highlight it. My earthing point isn't that great, but I don't have a small nut the right size to earth it properly underneath the sink. So I will need to ask Emily to go to the hardware store again, but it'll have to wait because I'm going to grab her. And now we're doing the worst job. This is by far the worst job of the entire project, but we are going to drop the other half of the ceiling. So I'm going to grab Emily. Neither one of us is looking forward to this, and yeah, let's get that ceiling down.
Hooray!
Oh dear God, you look like a giant egg.
No, Louise, I don't. I look very professional, and safety is paramount when you're taking down a ceiling, actually. Foreman has spoken.
Look at that face.
Look, you can't mess with safety, Louise. You want to get to the end of the project, don't you, and enjoy your house?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to fill every nook and cranny in this skip to make the most out of it.
Take a little while. I know you guys like a bit of banter, but banter mode is off. Concentration mode is well and truly on, isn't it?
It is indeed.
There's an awful lot of cables and stuff up there I need to think about, so we're just going to whack on a time lapse. This is going to take hours, and we'll see you when we're a little bit dustier, a little bit sweatier, and a little bit probably feeling better once the bloody thing's down.
As soon as I fill up one, someone brings another.
This is tough. This is really, really tough. My neck is killing me. Emily's back and forth to the skip, bless her, every 2 minutes. But we are very much nearly there. Boy, I'm going to be glad when it's over. Whew. Right.
Oh my God.
See, the hat is a health and safety hazard in itself. You could have been really injured then. What do you think? If you'd have been closer and that had flung back, So it seems our Mr. Fox is a regular visitor. He comes every other night. It's very exciting, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's really lovely to see him, actually.
He's very cute. And then we found this bit of old where they've dumped like loads of grass from past, and it is a wildlife haven. The thrushes and the blackbirds and the baby robins are there all the time, aren't they?
Oh yeah, always there, digging out, getting little insects and bugs and stuff like that. So it's really nice to see.
But from one cute animal to another, we thought we'd quickly update you on AJ, because as you know, he's been to the vets, he's been struggling. So we are making improvements, aren't we?
We are indeed, yeah. The injection that he had, the Librela, took a little bit of time to kick in, but he seems to be doing well and back out wanting to go on walks and stuff like that now. So it's really, really good.
Yeah, pain-free, legs still a bit wobbly, but yeah, he's a lot better. I feel a bit wobbly this morning. It was hard work yesterday, wasn't it?
It was hard work indeed, and you done so well, honestly.
We both did. But anyway, back to the house to crack on with the next little bit.
Yay!
Favourite bit now?
What?
The mass clean-up.
Mass clean up.
Mass clean-up, get it all tidied away, and then we can see it.
I think it's looking good, you know.
It is looking good.
Yeah, I just come in and I'm just like, wow.
We lost you a little bit yesterday. There's only so many rat's nests I could take on my head before I just wanted to get the job finished. But we went on a mad one. We got the entire ceiling is down. There's a couple of hanging bits that I've left that I can't get to. So when we get scaffolding, I'll get up and get them. But all the plasterboard is pretty much gone except for the very back wall, because that might end up staying. But yeah, clean up and then we can look at the floor.
I feel the weight behind my eyes. Lean towards the color that lies within.
So there's quite clearly some damp issues, but we knew that when we bought the place. So we're going to get the floor out, give it a little while to dry out before we can dig this concrete down.
I've been waiting. There's no fault lines to crack and leave me aching. Thinking on the phone line, it leaves me numb. There's something that might never come, so I've been waiting, even more.
Right then, we have changed this house massively, haven't we?
We have indeed. We've changed the house, we've changed our plans, everything.
Yeah, if you remember when we started, this was a traditional 3-bedroom cottage with a big hearth fireplace in the middle. No, not 3-bedroom, 3-room cottage, sorry, 1-bedroom. With a big hearth fireplace in the middle, chimney up top. Now, we did really want to try and restore that. However, this house, I've decided this house, we don't get to choose. The house decides where we're going with the house.
It does, doesn't it? It dictates what it wants doing to it.
Yes, so we had to remove the chimney wall, which was a shame because we did want to keep it, but it was just unsafe structurally, and there was so much creosote and soot on there that to restore it as a fireplace, it was impossible. We would end up covering it over. It would have been a waste of time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and very expensive and very time consuming as well.
Yeah, for an end result that isn't a traditional cottage anymore. So we've done this. So because that wall come down and we had to replace the floors, we had to take the walls out be able to get the new flooring. And because the ceiling was then sat on top of the stud work for the walls, we've had to open up the roof. So now we're not forced into a vaulted ceiling, but because the option's there.
I'm not forced into nothing. I'm loving it.
This is what Emily would have wanted to do in the first place. So we'll just give you a very quick tour of what's been done. So through here, we'll make this quick because it is a mess. This is our bedroom, or what will be our bedroom, and very much last on the project. We've got a small entrance porch through there. And then now we have this huge, massive space that's going to be the open plan kitchen and dining room.
Anyone got any ideas of how a kitchen layout should be like this? Just hit me up, because I'm like, how do I have it? How do I have it? I'm still thinking, right, that like sink and fridge there come down and round, and like the oven and stuff and like here, because I don't really want anything on that back wall because of the 2 doors. And then you walk through like this little section here into like the diner or little sofa thing.
I'm thinking we stick with this kitchen, washing machine, wonky sink stand because the ceiling fell on it, and a dresser. That's all we really need.
Yeah. You're such a twat, honestly. Yeah, so you messed up my flow, Louise. I was asking for ideas of how to have my kitchen layout.
Don't worry, they'll come in the comments. You'll be bombarded. And I must say, they'll all be very helpful ideas, won't they?
They will indeed, because sometimes I'm hard to vision it, and I've been looking at the best steps of how a kitchen should lay out. There's 6 ways that it should be, because this should be that, this should be that. It's a minefield.
Let's be honest, we're just going to be winging it. I just want to say a huge shout out to Joe at this point, who has been a sounding board for me through this process. So the builders, just to be clear, we literally pay for the builders to come in, take the wall down and make the holes structurally safe. So all the finishing is down to us. So don't say, oh, they've left it like that. They haven't. That is exactly what we paid for.
Yeah.
This will be our little secret doorway
Secret doorway.
through to this room, which is going to be our snug.
Which is aka the living room.
It's the snug.
No, because we're going to put a glass panel where that door is there. We're going to put a glass panel so you're going to have loads of light coming and everything in. I'm going to speak to a stonemason about trying to sort this out and make it nice and new and try and keep it. I really want to keep it as a little feature because I just think it'll be so nice, and the stonework in here is quite nice as well.
Yes, so it's going to be lovely because we're going to re-roof this. We'll put on another vaulted ceiling, make a real feature out of the roof, keeping the tin roof. And also, actually, I got heckled in the last time we talked about this, and everyone said, oh, you can't have a tin roof. This, people of New Zealand, 95%
Australia.
and Australia, but 95% in New Zealand, tin roofs. This is not a new idea. It's not a foreign, not a strange concept. So we're going to keep the tin roof. So from the outside, it'll look exactly the same. But we're very, very excited, aren't we?
But could you imagine this with this fireplace and stuff at Christmas? Not this Christmas, maybe even not next, but at her Christmas, and with a little Christmas tree. Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Anyway, so that's the huge changes. I hope you've enjoyed watching us doing mega destruction. It's been a grind, it's been a slog, hasn't it, to get this done?
It has been a slog. Also, we're not going to just leave that gap. We're going to put doors in.
Yeah, there's going to be doors. I think they figured that one out, you know.
You never know. You've got to say stuff.
Anyway, on that note, if you want to see what we eventually end up doing with this and how the project progresses, please hit the subscribe-y button thingy-majiggy.
Give us a little thumbs up, ding that bell so you don't miss it, and we will see you on the next one.